Alright, hello all my YouTube people. Um, it's March 16th, and this is a review of the bike I got last week, the Yamaha FZ6R 2016 model. I got it for about $6,000, and because it was 2 model years older, but it had 0 miles on it when I got it, so a huge discount. I think MSRP is somewhere around 7,500, so I saved 1,500 on it by getting 2 model years older. Quick tip for you guys looking to buy a bike. One option if you need something brand new but are on a budget. So the reason I got this bike was because I needed a commuter bike. I haven't been into motorcycles very long. I've always thought about it, but have never had the need. But now that I've moved 35 miles from my work, the gas in my Jeep Wrangler was starting to add up. I think it's about 18 mpg, and this right here is estimated to be about 45. So the reason I got this was because I was looking for a good commuter bike, fuel efficient, and something that I could handle as a beginner. Now, I know the biggest recommendation for beginners is to get a lower powered bike, somewhere around 300 cc's, but I needed a bike that would handle the freeways comfortably with some extra power in case I needed to move my ass out of the way. I know a lot of 300s can do that, but this makes sure you can get out of emergency situations quickly. And it's not too high that I don't have to worry about throttle control too much. It's not like a liter bike or a Hayabusa or anything like that. So in addition to it being fuel efficient and super sexy, it had a lot of safety features that I was looking for. It has this big huge headlight. It's pretty bright. It's got these turn signals on the front that are far apart and give some pretty good indication of which direction I'm going to for drivers, cars around me. It's got this big fat tail light, so when I'm braking, there's a better chance that cars will see me braking, and cars approaching from the side should be able to see me a little bit better too, less likely to be T-boned. It's got tail signal lights in the back that are fairly spaced apart, and again, help drivers around me, cars around me, determine which direction I plan on going. It's lower to the ground, so I had better control with it. I'm 5'8" and I can flat foot this pretty well. It's 30 inches off the ground. The handlebars are up high, so it's a pretty comfortable seating position. Not really a safety feature per se, but on my 70-mile commute to work, it definitely helps keep my back from cramping up. The leg position on this is fairly cramped for my size, but not too bad. The other safety feature I liked was the mirrors are a lot larger than the other bikes I was looking at, the Ninja 650 and the Honda CBR 650, one of those two. But anyways, it's got larger mirrors that help with visibility, help me see the cars coming from behind. Hey guys. I did have some heated grips installed. This is a modification right here. It gets pretty cold up over where I'm at. Sometimes it hits about 30 degrees, and even though I run like a heater, my hands turn into ice blocks. Put some slider bars on it because I am a beginner and I figured I would lay it down, which I have done once. I was in a slow speed turn and my lean angle got a little too high and I tipped over, had trouble holding all 470 pounds of this thing. Once it started to go, I could not stop it. Had a little trouble picking it back up too. So another tip, learn how to pick up bikes. YouTube, how to pick up a down bike, because I didn't know how. It took me 2 or 3 tries to figure it out. I like the fact that it was a two-seater. Eventually I plan on riding around with my wife. Again, this is a 600cc bike, FZ6R. One of the things I liked about it is that it had a larger fuel tank, 4.5 gallons, so there's less time that I have to fuel up. I loved the dashboard on this. Tells you the speed right there. The total miles, 87 miles per gallon. That's the neutral indicator, saying that's in neutral. It gives you the time, fuel, engine oil temperature, or coolant temperature, not quite sure. You can switch through trips, trip A, trip B, and as you can see I don't have a whole lot of miles on this. This is what I've done in a week, trying to break in the engine. So if you want to hear what it sounds like, one of my complaints, so those were all the things I loved about it. There are a few complaints. One is it's a pretty quiet bike. The headlight pattern. I don't think I need to go into the technical parts of this. I think there's plenty of videos out there that give you the specifications and the horsepower and top speed. So my impressions of it so far are it's pretty friendly for a beginner. Not the most forgiving, not as forgiving as a 300 or a 250, but it has a pretty even power band throughout the RPMs, so I don't have to worry about it snapping on me and putting me on my back, spinning the wheels out from me under myself. I did take a safety course, so my throttle control is fairly decent. The braking it's hard for me to compare it to anything, but when I took my safety course, I took it on the Harley Davidson Street 500, and the braking is pretty comparable. Like I said, I don't like the fact that it's heavier, 470 pounds, which definitely contributed to it going over on me. With the slider bars, it landed on the slider bar and a little bit of the handle. So that's it. I don't want to make this video too long. Shifting is smooth. It's got quite a bit of power, enough power for me at least. Braking is great. So anyways, hope that helps you guys make your decision on which bikes you guys want, and if you're looking for a good commuter bike that's reliable, this with a lot of safety features on it, this would be a good choice.